like I didn't post the last 3 weeks due to one of my friends dying. Not a good way to start the whole year. My friend was killed in a motorcycle accident 3 weeks ago, and I took time off from posting videos to grieve over that process. Now today we're getting into Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara died yesterday, and she was the mother on Home Alone 1 and 2, and she was also in the movie Beetlejuice. Um, but Catherine Ann O'Hara was born March 4th, 1954, and she died on January 30th, 2026. She was a Canadian and American actress, comedian, and screenwriter whose career had spanned over 50 years. She started off doing sketch and improvisational comedy in film and television before taking a dramatic role to expand her career. She received several accolades, including 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe Award, and 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. Um, and the majority of the movies that she appeared in, um, films in which O'Hara appeared in, grossed over $4.3 billion worldwide, which is a lot of money. And she was appointed to the Order of Canada in 2017. She married her husband Beau in 1992, and they remained married until their death in this year. She's also got a sister, Mary Margaret O'Hara, and of course, I'm thinking she has to be an actress herself. Um, Now O'Hara had started her career in sketch comedy series Second City, which ran from 1976 to 1984, and that show won her a Primetime Emmy Award. She would gain acclaim acting in films such as After Hours in 1985, Heartburn in 1986, Beetlejuice in 1988, and Home Alone in 1990, and Home Alone 2: Lost in New York in 1992. Now she frequently um, now she frequently let's see if we got this here for a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the light on the back. I gotta fix that because it's getting too dim. Okay, I have to put a bulb in. Um, Now she frequently collaborated with Christopher Guest, acting in film and his mockumentary films Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, and For Your Consideration. She also had voice acting roles which included The Nightmare Before Christmas, Chicken Little, Over the Hedge, Monster House, Where the Wild Things Are, Frank and Weenie, Elemental, and The Wild Robot. Now O'Hara gained a career resurgence for her role as Myra Rose in the CBC sitcom Schitt's Creek, which earned her a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series and a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. Now, for television series, musical, or comedy, her portrayal of Temple Grandin's aunt in the HBO film Temple Grandin earned her an Emmy nomination. Now, other television credits that she acted in include 6 Feet Under, a series of unfortunate events, The Studio, and the HBO post-apocalyptic drama series The Last of Us. Catherine O'Hara was born Catherine Ann O'Hara on March 4th, 1954, in Toronto, Canada, and she grew up. She would grow up there. Her family is of Catholic and Irish descent. She is the sixth child born of 7 children, and a sister and her sister, as sister Mary Margaret O'Hara, is a musician and actress. She graduated from Burnham Thorpe College Institute in 1974, where she was taught um, by future Mayor Carolyn Parrish. O'Hara started her comedy career in 1974 as a cast member of the Second City in her hometown Toronto. She was an understudy for Gilda Radner until Gilda Radner left for Saturday Night Live. 2 years later, this theater troupe created the sketch comedy show SCTV, for which O'Hara became a regular performer. In the late 1970s, she provided voiceovers for a number of cartoons work which would continue throughout her career. And during a short period in the early 1980s, when SCTV was in between network deals, she was hired to replace Ann Risley as Saturday Night Live was being retold in 1981. However, she would quit the show before ever appearing on it, choosing to go back to SCTV when the show signed on with NBC. She was long rumored to have left SNL due to conflicts with Volatile writer Michael Donahue, but O'Hara denied these claims and said she had left the show due to her dislike for living in New York City. Now, O'Hara expanded her career on television in the mid 1970s. She appeared in small sketch comedy roles as a maid in the 1975 Wayne and Schuster special on CBC. She appeared in the 1976 television film The Rim Shots, um, the children's television series Coming Up Rosie for a season, which ran from 76 to 77, and television specials such as Witch Nights Out and Intergalactic Thanksgiving. Now, her performances on SCTV, which began airing locally in southern Ontario in the fall of 1976, earned her fame in Canada. The show gradually built up a national and then an international following in syndication. Sometimes that does happen. Shows don't get a following when they're on air, but when they get pulled and they get brought back in reruns, they gain a cult following. Like the Brady Bunch gained a cult following. It wasn't really big when it was on the air, but it gained a cult following after it got taken off the air. Um, now, Now, O'Hara left SCTV for a time, missing the 1980 to 81 season, but she returned to the show in time for its pickup by the NBC television network in the U.S. When it became known as SCTV Network 90, O'Hara's work as a writer on the show earned her an Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing and 2 Emmy Award nominations. She would leave SCTV again prior to its 5th season in 1982, but she did return for occasional guest appearances throughout the show's end in 1984. O'Hara appeared in a number of television series and television films and continued to work on television until her death. During the 1990s, she made guest appearances on Tales from the Crypt, Oh Baby, Morton and Hayes, The Larry Sanders Show. She acted in and directed several episodes of Dream On and The Outer Limits, which was a revival of the 1960s series of the same name. O'Hara does have a star on Canada's Walk of Fame. There is a Hollywood Walk of Fame too. I don't know if she has one for Hollywood, but she has one for Canada. Now, O'Hara continued with guest roles where she starred on top-rated television series, including 6 Feet Under and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, in May of 2008, it was announced that she had signed on to star in the upcoming ABC drama show Good Behavior. Now, her role in the 2010 television film Temple Grandin earned her three different award nominations: a Primetime Emmy Award, a Satellite Award, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. And here is her Canada's Walk of Fame star. This is O'Hara's Catherine O'Hara star on Canada's Walk of Fame. But outside of doing some of the shows and movies that she did, O'Hara did have a successful career in film. She made her future film debut in the 1980 movie Double Negative, which also starred her SCT co-stars John Candy, who's dead now, Eugene Levy, and Joe Flaherty. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, O'Hara appeared in many supporting roles, including Martin Scorsese's film After Hours, Heartburn. She appeared as Delia Dietz in the horror comedy film Beetlejuice. In 1990, O'Hara had roles in the films Dick Tracy and Betsy's Wedding and the Home Alone film, and also reprised her role as the mother in Home Alone 2. Also in 1992, O'Hara also appeared in the comedy film There Goes the Neighborhood. Now, O'Hara continued to appear in many films throughout the 1990s and the beginning of the 21st century. In 1994, she appeared in the comedy drama film The Paper and the Western film Wyatt Earp. I don't remember her being in that. I gotta look that up. I seen Wyatt Earp. I love that movie. That's the one with Kevin Costner. She received roles in 4 of Christopher Guest's mockumentary films, 3 of which earned her awards and nominations: Waiting for Guffman in 1996, Best in Show in 2000, and The Mighty Wind in 2003, and For Your Consideration in 2006. Her role in the 1999 film The Life Before This won her something called a Genie Award for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role. She appeared in the 10th series of a British version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? But in 2004, she appeared with Jim Carrey in the black comedy film The Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, and in 2006, she starred with Christina Ricci in the fantasy film Penelope. Now, O'Hara served as a voice actress in a number of animated films, including Sally and the Night Before Christmas, Bartok the Magnificent, Chicken Little, Over the Hedge, Monster House, Brother Bear 2, Where the Wild Things Are, Frankenweenie and the Addams Family, Extinct, Elemental, and the Wild Robot. Now, from 2015 to 2020, O'Hara did star in Schitt's Creek as the character Moira Rose, Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek, which ran from 2015 to 2020, alongside Eugene Levy, with whom she had previously worked on in TV and in films, and as a Second City cast member on stage in 1974. Her performance in Schitt's Creek earned her 6 Canadian Screen Awards for Best Lead Actress in a comedy season. For comedy series, but she swept the 5 major TV awards for the 6th and final season, winning a TCA award for individual achievement in comedy, a Primetime Emmy Award for outstanding lead actress in the comedy series, a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress television series, musical, or comedy, a Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Actress in a comedy series, and a Screen Actors Guild Award for outstanding performance by a female actor in a comedy show. She appeared as Dr. Georgina Orwell in the first season of the Netflix black comedy drama series, A Series of Unfortunate Events, which premiered in 2017. 2 of her episodes were directed by her husband, Bo Welch, who served as a production designer for the series. She was the only cast member from the 2004 film adaptation to be recast in the TV series as well. But she appeared on the revival of another Canadian sketch comedy series called The Kids in the Hall, in its second episode as Charlene, a friend of the Kids in the Hall. O'Hara would reprise her role as Delia Dietz in the Beetlejuice sequel, Beetlejuice in 2024. In 2025, Catherine O'Hara had a main role in the Apple TV series called The Studio. She guest starred as Gail Linden in the 2nd season of the HBO post-apocalyptic drama series The Last of Us. She received Primetime Emmy Award nominations for both roles. O'Hara's film appearance contributed to a cumulative worldwide box office gross of more than $4.3 billion every time she performed in movies. In 1983, O'Hara told Rolling Stone that she was pretty much a good Catholic girl at heart. She met production designer Bo Welch on the set of Beetlejuice in 1988, and the two would marry in 1992. And they had 2 kids, one born in 1994 and one born in 1997. O'Hara had dual citizenship. She was able to live in Canada and America, and she was made an officer of the Order of Canada in 2017, and was invested the following year. In 2021, she was named honorary mayor of Brentwood, Los Angeles. She had something called dextrocardia, which is a condition where her heart and other major internal organs were reversed from their normal positions. Which is not uncommon. I've heard of that stuff happening before, but most people who have it like that don't survive, and somehow she did. Um, um, on January 30th of 2026, a spokesperson for the Los Angeles Fire Department said that the department received a call from O'Hara's home address at 4:48 a.m. regarding a woman who somebody believed to be O'Hara was not breathing. She was transported to the hospital in a serious condition, but O'Hara later died that day in Los Angeles at the age of 71. There is no cause of death given, but it was believed to have been revealed that she had been battling cancer. A celebration of life will be held privately by the family. Well, let's see some of these movies here that she did. 'Cause I'm trying to think of Wyatt Earp. She played one of the family members, Allie Earp, in Wyatt Earp. So I'm trying to remember that one. There's also some music videos here, so I'm trying to see what music videos she did. Let's see here if I can find music videos that she did. Okay, that's only just one. Also, another actor that just died was Demond Wilson. He was on Sanford and Son. He died earlier too today. He died was I think yesterday, and there was that. So let's see here. trying to think what else was I going to say. Oh, hold on a second here. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me jump off for a second. I'm going to screenshot something, and you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, sorry about that here. I just okay, sorry about that here. Let's go pull this up here, see if I can find it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I don't know if there's any Cub fans that watch my videos, but obviously, the Cubs signed Alex Bregman to a 5-year deal or a 6-year deal, something like that. And I think that would be a good signing for the Cubs. Let's see how he does in the majors, with the Cubs. He's been mainly in the American League, but now he's going to the Cubs, which is the first National League team he's played for. Hopefully, he does something for them. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Okay, hold on. I will look at that later. Okay, let's get to Oh crap. Okay, wrong one. Let me go check this out. Hold on, let me jump off again so I can look. I have a habit of posting the wrong thing. So I downloaded an app the other day. Let's zoom in here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And it's great because I like being able to watch TV shows that you can't watch on normal cable. So here, let me click on this. So like right here, you'll see two apps. One called FamTech, and this one is called Fulcomer or something like that. I think. Hold on, let me see. One's called FamTech and one's called Fulcomer from Crumbler. Those are movie apps, and you can actually get and don't let and I would not suggest this, but obviously this does happen. Some of these apps have movies on them that have not been released in theaters yet. I don't know how they get them, but you could find even though Greenland 2 has not been released on DVD yet, but these apps have it. Also, another one is TechSmith. That's another app that I use that has a lot of different TV shows and movies that you can watch. So far, I've been working my way through a lot of drama shows like Criminal Minds, Law and Order, the original Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Organized Crime, and Law and Order Criminal Intent. Those are the ones I've been watching. Also, the one Chicago series like Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, FBI 1, 2, and 3 series. There's FBI International, and FBI Most Wanted. The guy that does Dick Wolf is such a great creator, like a movie, like a director for like the shows, or like producer. Like he's got a lot of good shows. He's like another Martin Scorsese type person. Martin Scorsese, if you ever offers you a role in a movie, you never turn him down. Martin Scorsese has done so many damn good fucking movies that I would never turn him down for anything. Like when it comes to acting in films. So that's that. Let me close out of here. I gotta see what the hell people are posting up on here, like friends and family. That's my sister. Huh. Oh yeah. So for sports games, I know the Bulls were off, but I know that some teams won. One of the teams I wanted to lose won. Oh damn! What the fuck? Okay, the NBA just announced that Paul George for the 76ers has been suspended for 25 games. What the fuck did he do? Oh, improper medication. Okay, what improper medication? Okay, so Paul George for the 76ers has been suspended without pay for 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-doping policy, the league announced on Saturday. In a statement to ESPN's Shams Sharina, Paul George said, "Over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health, and in the course of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own, he says I made the mistake in taking in a medication that wasn't authorized by the NBA. Now, I take full responsibility for my actions and I apologize to the 76ers organization, my teammates, and the Philadelphia fans for my poor decision making during this process." Um, now Paul George's suspension will begin tonight in Philadelphia against the New Orleans Pelicans when he is eligible to return. He'll be eligible to return on March 25th at home against the Chicago Bulls, and by that time there will be 10 regular season games remaining for the 76ers. The suspension will cost Paul George roughly $12 million of his $51 million salary, or about $469,691.72 each for the 25 games that are missed. Um, Paul George is 35 years old. He's averaging 16 points per game while shooting 38% from 3 points from the 3 point range in the 27 games he's played this season. He has been part of a resurgent Philadelphia squad that has been bouncing back from injuries from last year, to sit in the sixth place in the Eastern Conference entering Saturday. The combination of Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey, the trio of the 76ers put together about a year and a half ago in the hopes of finally breaking through in the Eastern Conference playoffs, has been on the court for a total of 365 minutes across 17 games this season, outscoring opponents by over 7 points per 100 ball possessions. Um, Now, ESPN's Bobby Marks reports that Philadelphia will save more than $5 million in the luxury tax payments as part of George's suspension, which leaves the team a little over $1 million over the NBA's luxury tax line and makes it easier for the 76ers to dip out of the tax this week without harming the roster. Now, after Thursday's win over the Sacramento Kings, Embiid did tell reporters, obviously, that we've been ducking the tax the last couple of years, so hopefully we get to keep the same team. I love all the guys that are here, but I think we got a shot. I don't know what the 76ers are going to do, but I hope that at least we got the chance to just go out and compete because we got a good group of guys in this locker room and all vibes are great. The 76ers are currently 26-21 on the season, and when Paul George plays, they're 16-11, and then they're 10-10 when he does not play. Um, let's see. The Bulls are playing Miami Heat in Miami today. Um, Nebraska did end up losing their first game of the year. They started off for college basketball. Nebraska started off the season 20-0 before losing their first game. Was it last week? Um, Against forget who the fuck it was against. We're gonna look and see we're gonna look and see what they have. What do we have for news on the NBA? Because with baseball, there is no news yet, really, at all. We can do top headlines. Let's see what the top headlines are for the NBA. Ace Bailey for Utah Jazz only has 10 games or so in the NBA, but he's seeking to go back to college. Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets returns to score 31 from after he came back from an injury. Can the Pistons or the Spurs catch OKC? I don't know. Stephen Curry for the Warriors exit the game with a nagging knee injury. There's going to be free agency coming up, and players are going to be traded. I just don't know who the Bulls are going to trade, if at all. That was already ended? Oh, fuck me. When did this game end? I must be missing a lot of games here. Let's see. The Charlotte Hornets beat the San Antonio Spurs. I'm like, damn. I said a lot of teams are losing to shitty fucking teams. The Bulls 3 times already this year lost to the shitty Indiana Pacers. Lost to the shitty Indiana Pacers, and the Bulls should have beat them.
Which means he can worry about other things like
Okay,
landing this fish.
let's pause that. I don't know why that fucking thing's playing. Let's go to box score, which breaks down everything the players did. So Wemby scores 16 points. It's not a lot, but obviously it's better than
Investing options from
God
Navy
damn it.
Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease. Which
What the
means
fuck
he
is
can
it?
worry about other things like
Yeah,
landing
shut
this
the fuck up. Luke Kennett already has 2 games this year where he has not scored anything. Let's see who's the leading scorer on Charlotte. Let's see, Grant Williams returned this year to So Brandon Miller scored 26 points. He was the leading scorer for the Charlotte Hornets. There are a couple of games tonight that are on Peacock for NBA. I don't know if this was one of them. I might have missed that one. I think it was today. Yeah, it would be, but let me see. I gotta look and make sure, because I do know that there are some games that are on Peacock today. Let's go here. It's either college basketball or NBA. Don't remember.
With investing options from Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease. Which means he can worry about other things like landing
Yeah,
this
shut
fish.
up. I don't want to fucking hear your voice, bitch. Okay, fucking hate some of these commercial ads. I'm like, so that is all. I do have vacation time that I'm gonna take in July and October from my other job. But if you like the video, like some of the videos that I do, and if you want to hear more about like the news and everything, if you want to keep up on sports, because I am a big sports fan. I'm a Cubs fan. I'm a Bulls fan. For college basketball, I'm an Illinois fan because I live in the state of Illinois. Those are my teams to follow. If you want to hear about like famous actors or actresses dying or bands to check out, before I go, there is a band I've been listening to dieheartedly, and they're not a bad band, called Line So Thin. They're good. If you like rock music, check them out on YouTube. They're a pretty good band. But if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. RBW King. Also, if you want more videos like this, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And also if you want to see me do a video, on something, give your suggestions. And then I'll look at it, see what I can find. And I hope to see you guys next week.